Hey, I'm Brandon. This is LiveActuary, bringing you strategies for balancing success. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my 21-week marathon in studying and the benefits and lessons that I've learned along the way that I think will be helpful for your life. So let's get into it. There are two major benefits that I've learned along the way in the 21-week marathon to help avoid burning out. The first being the importance of diversification, and I'm not talking about the financial definition of diversification. And secondly is techniques to effectively take breaks and have restorative rest within those breaks. Finally, I'm going to be having a bonus tip for anyone who's willing to stick around to the end of the video. And as usual, I'm going to have the timestamps up here, so if you want to skip ahead, feel free to skip ahead. I don't want to waste your time. You're here to learn, so if there's a topic you find more interesting, just skip to that. Diversification. The financial definition of diversification could be, you have a large exposure to some type of loss and you're trying to reduce the variability of that by spreading that risk or exposure across multiple sources. Now, in finance, it's kind of funny how we have this, use this word diversification almost has this catchphrase saying, oh yeah, you got to diversify X, Y, or Z to make sure whatever, right? But we rarely ever talk about diversification in our lives. But what do I mean by this diversification in our lives? Diversification in our lives could best be described through almost an extreme example where an individual spends their entire waking hours working, and for some people this works fantastically for them. However, the concern here is that if you spend all your waking hours doing that one task, if anything were to threaten that, you wouldn't just be losing your work, you would also be losing your life. A good example of this is actually the 5th season of Suits, where the characters start to see instability in their career, and then that follows straight through into their lives where they start to see that instability in their life. For me, over the last 21 weeks, what I did was I focused on a few non-negotiable items that I enjoy doing, like rock climbing or weightlifting or, making these YouTube videos. And specifically what I did was when I was creating my calendar for studying, I listed those non-negotiable items and I put them on my calendar. Now, when I started to schedule in those core hours of work that I needed to put in and studying that I needed to do, I organized it around those non-negotiable items. So that maybe, for example, if I didn't pass the exam, it wouldn't be the end of the world because I still had those other aspects of my life that I was able to focus on. And the second big ticket item that I've learned over the last 21 weeks studying to help avoid burning out would be the importance and the quality of restorative rest and how to take a break properly. When I say take a break, what I mean is, before bed or in the morning, or maybe a 5 or 10 minute break during long studying sessions. And with these breaks, we have to just be mindful of our body and how we feel and what it needs. Sometimes doing what our body needs, isn't comfortable. But a good thing to keep in mind is what we want our productive selves to look like and how productive we want ourselves to be moving forward. So we have to cradle and comfort and look after our future self in a way. An example for where these breaks can go wrong is, for example, with social media. We might pull out our phone for a quick second and look through social media to, get those reward chemicals going through all those funny videos we might be watching, or looking at what our social media presence even looks like. And this works temporarily to bring you joy. However, the issue is that it's a distraction from what your body is telling you it needs. And don't do it, it's a trap. Just put the phone down and listen to what your body actually needs. A few examples of positive restorative rest techniques would be meditation or monotasking versus multitasking. Our phone makes us multitask. So implementing these restorative rest techniques really reduces that feeling of being overwhelmed throughout the day. And for me, helped me stay focused on, what realistic goals I have for the joy in my life as it stands right now. So just remember, before you pull out your phone or seek to a distraction, that when you rest well, you work well. Over the last 21 weeks, I hope that I have learned some tips that have helped you, and stick around to the end for that bonus tip. But if you've enjoyed this video and you enjoy the series and you want to follow along on my actuarial journey, don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, hit the like button, or if you have any comments for what you'd like to see in my future videos or want to see what my actuarial journey is like, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to make a video about it. Thanks for watching. So bonus tip for me would be that after I'm done learning something, there's always that next thing to learn and another thing to learn and another thing to learn. And coming to the realization that I'm gonna die pretty much knowing nothing has been pretty relaxing. And one thing that has really helped me come to that realization, or helps me or reminds me of that, is just being out in nature, for example. This reminds me of just how small I am compared to the grand scheme of everything out there. So yeah, I kind of went through the ringer out there today, but I really hope it was worth it for you guys as well as much as it was for me. That was a lot of fun.